Hi, this is Kitten from the Kitten and the Goat. We're helping beginners to de-junk the knitting jargon and get them enjoying their craft. This little video is part of my virtual knitting club. Every month you get a free pattern if you sign up to our emails, and you get a video walkthrough of any tricky bits, plus there's usually a technique to go with it. This month we're creating a perfect pussycat, which will make a really good little gift for kiddie stockings for Christmas when Christmas is coming. So let's show you.
Down a little alley in the heart of Kendal town is a tiny independent yarn shop. Welcome to the wonderful world of the Kitten and the Goat.
I've just grabbed 2 random balls of double knitting acrylic. We're going to make the cat pattern in a chunky weight this month because I've got a gorgeous fluffy black yarn I can put in the kit. As always, you can make it in double knitting on 4mm needles, but this is 2 strands of double knitting, which makes your chunky weight on 6mm needles. I'm interested to see the difference in size. Please excuse the state of my fingers. I have psoriasis under my nails again. Those have just all got better and it's all back. So I'm going to talk you through the first increases in the body. It's not that it's a hard technique. It's fairly unusual and it's very fiddly. I just want you to know that you're not alone in struggling with this, because even me, with all my years, this bit is very faffy. I've cast on already, cast on 10. Now we need to shape for the pussycat's bottom. So what we're going to do straight away is knit into the front and then into the back of every single stitch, going along there and then again on the way back. It's a quick way to get the shaping suddenly bulging out so it's got a nice round bottom. So you're going to knit into the front, pull it through, don't slip it off. I find if I put my fingernail there, it locks this stitch and it opens this out a bit, because you want to get that point into the back of the same stitch. Okay, and you come through. There's no magic trick if you're working 2 strands together, just hang on it. The first row's a little tricky till you get your setting up done, but it's fine. You knit into the front, hang on to it, take the point round, get the point in the back there, and you can see even on those couple of stitches it's bulking out and it's getting awkward to work with. So you're going to knit into the front and then round, hang on to it. Oops, I'm just going to take a break. Sorry people, that's the thing when you've got customers coming in the shop. So we're going into the front, we're going around, pull it through, hang on to it, take that needle through there, and see, I've caught that, don't want to catch that, there we go. That's like that. This now is starting to get stiff. Remember to cast on loosely when you're casting on, because you need that bit of extra space to work through. Once you get your first row established, normally I put a knit row just so I get the spacing set out and it gives you that little bit of extra space to work with. But in this particular case, I quickly want to increase the bulk of the stitches, and this is how you do it. I don't think I've ever used this technique in anything but toy making, apart from if you make a frill. If you do this and then cast off, you make quite a frilly little ruffly edge for the edge of a sleeve hem, something like that. That can be quite fun. But oh gosh, by the time you get to the end, it gets to be quite a battle, I can tell you. There you go. So that's 2. You can see how jam-packed that is. That's going to give us a nice round shape for him to sit on. And we're going to do exactly the same thing on the way back. I won't bore you all the way, but we will start off. And the thing is, just work slowly, work loosely, look at your stitches, concentrate, make sure you get your point into the right place. You've got a lot of bulk on the needles now. Just check each stitch as you go. There you go. You see, once you get to here, it does get quite tight. So just relax, take it slowly, let the needle do the work. So I'm going to do this increase, and then we'll show you how it works out. Okay, my lovelies, now you can see what a dramatic effect that has. That's the line that we cast on, and then those increases, they're well hidden, but they actually push it round for the body and make a lovely dumpy little shape. So when we stuff him, he'll be right. Now, we're going to form the neck in a very similar way. To decrease as dramatically quickly as you increased, all you do is you knit 2 together. It is as straightforward as that. You go along the line, and because you're going to cut the length of the line literally in half, because you're knitting every single stitch to a different stitch, so where you had 40, there's now going to be 20. You're doing the same thing in reverse, and this is going to shape in for his neck. Okay, you don't want to see me doing this. Just plot along your row gently. It's as simple as that. And then the head is knitted straight up from the stitch. Here, I can really see it now. See that curve coming? The head is knitted straight up from these stitches, and the shaping is done slightly differently to the teddy bear. So that'll be an interesting contrast to see that. Here's our raw pussycat shape. You can see where we did that double increasing, how that just automatically pushes it round and shapes it. And then where we pulled in for the neck, that's pulled in really tight like that. So we're going to be stitching across for his head, stitching down here, stuff through the bottom, and then sew the hole. His tail is very, very simple. If you cast on loosely, work 1 row and play knitting, and then cast off as tightly as you can, you'll get a twist in it, so it'll sit nicely round his body and it won't just be a straight thing. Okay, very simple, very straightforward. This is the middle-sized one. If you work it in double knitting 4mm needles, it will come out smaller, and if you work it in super chunky on 9mm needles, it'll be coming out that much bigger. So I hope you enjoyed seeing our little pussycat for this month, and let's see what I can think of to do for next month. Okay, we'll carry on here. Well, I hope you enjoyed the walkthrough of our perfect little pussycat toy. It's really easy when you see all the details in it. If you're already an email subscriber of ours, you have your pattern. It should have arrived. Give me a shout if it doesn't. If you just want this pattern, it'll be on the website in the free resources section. If you want to join the email and get access to a free pattern every month, a walkthrough and a technique, general chitter chatter, go to the website. There's a pop-up form, there's a page dedicated. It's really easy to sign up for. If you decide you want to get the kit, because I put a kit together for every pattern I make, you get the pattern in printed form. The yarn I'm putting in is this Indulge Chunky, which is why I did the pattern in Chunky this month. You can of course do it in 4mm needles with a double knitting, get a smaller pussycat. But this, I don't know if you can see, it's slightly hairy and it's got this white sparkly, not super shiny, but it's just a bit pearlized twist going through it. I have very limited quantities of this. I picked up a bag of a dozen. Once that's gone, there'll be a substitute. It'll have to be in something else. I can't get this brushed fluffy yarn these days. They've just discontinued it. Also in the kit, pink embroidery thread for his whiskers and his nose. I put in a pack of sequins that you can use for the eyes if you don't want to embroider eyes. There will be a bundle of ribbon 3 meters long, just random colours, whatever happens to be thin and pretty. I'll even put you in a little bell, how about that? You get all that in the kit. You don't get the needles because all our kits use 4mm, a 6mm or a 9mm. Once you've got those, you're set. But you can add a 6mm needle to your checkout. Should be in the drop down menu to add. Postage doesn't go up. It's only $3.50, however much you order the bundle. So I look forward to seeing you next month when I decide what that kit's going to be. Cheerio!